What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Kaiki. I'm back with another one. So your boy just came for watching the video and stuff, Volume 5 that Legends does, the development team, or well, Toshi, the producer of Dragon Ball Legends. He talks to Ramstar, he talks to the boy Cabby, and then they just talk about no stuff about the game. So I was actually really hyped for this one around because they actually were talking about a lot of this stuff as far as the quality of the game, some of the problems that Rhymestyle pointed out, and they was basically just talking about how certain things can improve over certain game modes, just how the game can get better, and that's why I really wanted to see them mostly. Like last time with Chile and Vegito, it was cool to see that stuff. Don't get me twisted, but it's like we always get new characters, we always get cool new characters. That stuff is not what I wanted to see from the last time around, and they actually did talk about some of the quality of life stuff. So mostly I'm just gonna point out the big points that Toshi actually talked about as far as the future for the game. So he said that Ultimate Battle was actually like a testing grounds, which we all kind of expected for future stuff they wanted to do in the future. Now they said that they're experimenting with some stuff, and they said that potentially we could see a game mode where you only have access to one Rise and Rush. Now I know that this is a big thing because a lot more hardcore competitive players than myself complain a lot about. I mean, I don't really complain about Rise of Rush too much, but I can understand to see the problem with it sometimes. But there's that they're thinking about creating a game mode where you only get access to your Rise of Rush once. Now to keep in mind that this is still, obviously, as he's probably saying, it's still probably just early in stages, and still probably in the early stages of development. So it's gonna be a while before you ever see something like this actually take surface into the game. But they say that is potentially a thing. He also did talk about where he said he talked to I guess one of the people that's like ahead of him. I forgot to go, like probably his boss, the person that's ahead of him, who he takes orders from. He said he talked to him about also there being potentially a game mode where like the characters are picked for you, just like something more creative and ways to switch up the gameplay instead of being the same everyday, same old type thing. But he said that's more kind of like off the table type thing. That's more likely something that may not happen. So there's that, but definitely the no Rise of Rush, but the potential one Rise of Rush game mode, stuff like that. He said that's more something. The way he talked about it, it seemed like that's more of a thing that could possibly happen somewhere along in the future. He does say it takes a while for them to implement this stuff like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I know it was like it's a kind of a thing, a food for thought, and just how you guys can probably start thinking how Legends would be if they actually did have a game mode or a season where you could only use one Rise of Rush. So all that stuff is cool. It's cool that they are listening to some of the stuff that we are complaining about, and just trying to find probably more creative ways to where you can implement it to where the game can still be fun, but mess around with some of the game mechanics and stuff like that. So without messing everything up and making everything too crazy. So there was that. Also, he talked about Demon King Piccolo. He is going to be the next co-op boss raid, which is kind of just whatever to me. So there's that. But co-op was also probably one of the biggest things outside of them just talking about a new game modes and stuff like that. Now the things that they talk about with co-op was mostly kind of like the rewards. A lot of people have been complaining as far as Rhymestyle, he was talking about how the Zenkai were like grinding Zenkai Awakening was like too grindy and stuff, and like the grind for co-op was just kind of, it takes too long to grind Zenkai souls through co-op, so you can actually Zenkai Awaken units. He actually talked about that process, and Toshi's response was that he said that they don't want, like, they know that the Zenkai Awaken characters, a lot of them are a lot just more powerful than the average unit, and they said that they obviously pretty much set up this system to where grinding Zenkai souls, they don't want it to be a super quick process, because they know that like that can switch like the meta really quickly, and it could cause a lot of meta shifts since now that we know that Zenkai Awakenings are going to be coming every month now. So he said that's the reason why they implemented it to a way to where you kind of got to come back constantly and play co-op. But all around there is that you could take how you feel about that. So that's their way of saying that they feel like they don't want to rush. They don't want people rushing too fast when it comes to the Zenkai Awakening process, which I kind of understand. That's kind of why I stopped going out of my way to grind Zenkai Awakenings within the first 24 hours, because it's obviously that the system was just not designed to where they wanted it to people to just be a snappy 1-2 step process. It's obviously they wanted it to be to where if you want to at least fully Zenkai Awaken a unit, or get them to high Zenkai Awaken levels, you want to just go ahead and probably just to just slowly do that over time. Like you can Zenkai with them, but you're not gonna like get the souls or stuff like that, so they're not gonna be at their full potential. So there's that. He also did talk about some other stuff as far as no co-op, no as far as like I don't know, a war aspect. I'm trying to remember all this stuff with muscle memory, so sorry if I feel like I might be forgetting something. What was it, bro? It was something they were talking about as far as the co-op as well. Oh, Rise of Rushes. It was Rise of Rushes. They were talking about Rise of Rushes, how no, which is also a pretty big problem with co-op. How they were talking about no, Rise Rush is how no, when somebody pops a Rise Rush at the same time as you, it cancels out. And Rise Rushes play a big factor into how you're going to be able to take down co-op bosses. And the fact that that's such a major problem when you can't communicate with one of your like whoever you're playing co-op with, and you guys activate your Rise Rush at the same time. It's pretty annoying. So they said that the way they're probably going to implement that is where it doesn't clash at the same time. So if you guys pop your Rise Rush at the same time, it doesn't actually canceling each other out. Or probably they said that they might just go ahead and do like a ultimate Rise Rush type system. So like if you guys pop your Rise Rush at the same time, you'll get probably a more powerful Rise Rush altogether. So that's just say that was like his saying on how like those are some things that they're thinking about of implementing to make co-op better as far as from that aspect. So those are mostly the highlights. That's all I really do. Like there was some other little stuff they talk about, but mostly those were the big highlights that that caught my attention when it came to this time around the video. So I really enjoyed this because this is what I wanted to see. I made a whole tweet about this and how I said, yeah, I like the new characters from last time when they did the previous were cool, but I want to see how they plan to handle as far as some of the problems that we have with the game, because I love Legend, man. It's pretty obvious. I've been playing the game nonstop since the game started, and I still play it now, even though I kind of distanced myself in certain ways. I still play it as much as I can, so I want to see it improve a lot, and I probably won't be dropping it no time soon unless they completely drop the ball. But these improvements in the communication, I do like that. And he did say that there's a reason why he distanced himself as far as communications, because sometimes people see like Rhyme and other stuff like that, and they see them as like representatives for the community, and sometimes people's expectations just get too high because they just see it as, oh well, you're in Bandai's pocket, but it's not even like that. It's just about just trying to make the game better. So all around, I really give this one a plus up. This is probably the favorite video and stuff session that they done, and I've really enjoyed this one the most just because of it just gives me a lot of things to think about for the future of the game, and it does give me a little bit more hope for how things can go in the future, and it does give me a little hope that they are actually paying attention to the problems. But how they plan to execute this stuff is really going to change how I feel in the end. So it's your boy Kaike, go last guy for more content. Tell me what you gotta think about this video and stuff. Number 5, tell me what you gotta think about that. And tell me what you gotta think about just like quality of life stuff and the improvements of stuff in the future. I really do like this stuff, and I really do like if I didn't down to some of this stuff. I already said this a lot of times, so I already said my outro. I'm not gonna say it again. Tell me what you gotta think about this. Another discussion video, future legends. Really happy to hear about this stuff. And yeah, you guys know what I do. Back to recording some more videos. And yeah, I'm out.